Hello. Alright, so our open line of communication is with this app, not with you guys, so um, feel free to watch, enjoy, but I'm not going to be able to hear what you guys are saying. I don't know how to double live stream and double audio. Sounds a little complicated, right? So we're just going to go with one audio, which is on from this phone on a different app, right? So anyway, let's just double check that. This is Anthony. He comes with about 10 red flags of everything he's afraid of. He's your classic level 3 cat. On a scale of 1 to 6 for stress, he is a classic level 3 cat, which means what? He could benefit from the 324 product that we recommend, the all natural product, right? So we talked about that today, actually. We actually talked about that today. And let's just turn that off. All right. Turn that down. Okay. All right. Let's start with his nails, since he's got 10 red flags, including possible irritability issues. He's grumbling. He's just a big grumble butt. Very tense, right? What is your pure litmus test as far as where your cat's stress levels are? When you try to stretch out any of the front arms, right? That is your perfect stress litmus test. And he's very tight and rigid and tense right now. So hopefully the next time he comes in, the others are gonna try working with that 324 product, right? And then we can get you to more of a spa day, little buddy. My God. So he's probably just going to stay at a level 3 for his entire grooming. It doesn't make for pleasant viewing with cat grooming. C'est la vie. But he might be for his next grooming. Right? Alright, so full line cut. I think I'm going to go with the grain. Full means we're going to do the tail as well. There's a lot of people who come in who want a line cut, not necessarily a lion tail. So I always need to specify whether the cat is getting a lion tail or not. He's not happy. But he might be for his next grooming. Yeah. I don't know, mommy, or should I say daddy, because daddy is the owner of this cat. I was going to say you probably can't hear him, but I know you just heard that. That is the please step away from the vehicle alarm, currently, which I am dismissing. Which is fine, as long as his step away from the vehicle alarm doesn't change, or connotations don't go higher or lower or louder, then you know that you're okay. But if they start to change or escalate, be prepared for the cat to do something, right? Because obviously he's been trying to tell me to step away the entire time. I think cats just must think we're stupid, right? Anyone in the animal kingdom would understand what he's saying right now, and they would slowly walk away. But no, here we are, stupid human, continuing to groom the cat, right? Hi, how you doing, Claire? Welcome to live cat grooming on this app. Yeah. And got his sister waiting over in the wings. She's a little vocal. she's been vocal ever since she arrived. Normally, when a cat is vocal, they'll start to calm down a little bit, especially after they get their 15 minutes of downtime with Fellaway. But she hasn't stopped, which would indicate to me that she probably could benefit from the 324 product as well. But we're going to go live and show the owners and let the owners be the judge of that, okay? All I can do is make a recommendation. The only time I go into a requirement is if the cat is going and jumping into levels 4, 5, or 6. It's no longer a recommendation at that point, it's a requirement. You will need to pre-treat your cat if you want your cat to be groomed again here at our salon. Because what we will not do is repeat those high stress levels over and over and over again when we know there's something we can do about it, right? Or something the owner can help to facilitate that, right? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that clipper down and pick up my safety clipper and go in and do that sanitary clip. Hi again, you say. It's a funny name. This is Anthony. He's not happy, but we're working on talking to the owner to try to get him to be happy. Oh, there he goes. He has all the classic signs of a fearful cat. Grumbling, step away from the vehicle. Right now he's currently peeing. These are all classic signs of a cat whose stress levels are not where they need to be or should be for grooming, right? Yeah, poor guy. Alrighty. There. Ready, steady, here we go. Set his mane. See how his tone changed? He escalated it, changed the tone of it. Yeah, he's definitely communicating. These are warnings, right? And here I am, the stupid human, continuing to groom the cat. Yeah. Like I said before, I think cats just think we're really stupid. That we can't understand what they're trying to say. Because if we did, we wouldn't continue, right? We would stop. Like what he's been trying to say, right? Yeah. Alright, right about at the point where we're going to start doing his tricky bits. A favorite amongst cats, right? We call it the tricky bits because they're tricky. Not every cat's going to just say, sign me up. Get those boots in. Yummy. Right? So what I usually do is I get a hold of a pet vet. And get him onto the side. Yeah. He's a big boy. Big boy. So I tried to talk the owner into getting a bottle of the 324 product, which has been available for 6 years now. Told them how to find it. If you go to the mainline.live, you'll see the link for the 324 bottle of oil. And then we also told them about the Calming Cat Guide, which teaches you about how to look for the therapeutic dose. You know, all of the information your vet can't talk to you about, right? Believe it or not, all the vets in this country have been muzzled by the DEA when it comes to talking to you about an all-natural product that's been available for 6 years. It happens to be one of the most perfect companions for cats that nobody knows about. Go figure, right? It's almost like there's a conspiracy that they don't want you knowing. Nobody wants you knowing how to keep your cat calm. Whether it's for grooming, whether it's for a vet visit, why don't they want you to know this? Is my question. I'm sorry, would it have something to do with money? Yeah. Fractious cats is a multi-million-dollar industry, which comes with add-ons, extra charges. I know one groomer who will charge you an extra $200 on top of the service request if your cat is aggressive. I know a groomer who will charge you $100 if your cat bites them. Surcharge. I'm sorry. Why are we leaving it up to chance whether you get bit by a cat or not? A groomer getting bit by a cat, the groomer has full control over whether that happens. Any qualified trained cat groomer is incomplete, and if they're not, they're an idiot. They are in complete control over whether they get bit or not. So why are you trying to put a surcharge on the owner who has nothing to do with whether your cat bites you or not? They have nothing to do with it. It's somehow the pet industry thinks it's because of how you raised your cat. That's why the cat is not social. That's why the cat bit me. You're going to get punished. I knew a groomer who threatened to sue a cat owner because their cat bit him. I'm sorry, wait, what? How about if you get yourself some training in cat grooming? Yeah, that groomer who's threatened to sue his client, he had no training in cat grooming. It didn't stop him from advertising the service. And when that cat bit him, he threatened to sue. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Hi, Granick. How are you? Doing a double live. We just started that today. One over here on this one, right? And then one over here. But I can't do two audios yet. Right now we're doing one audio with this one. So just bear with me while I figure it out. We'll just take it one step at a time. We'll be going double live all week this week to figure out what we can do and not do, right? We'll figure it out. How you been, Chronic? All right. Ready, steady, here we go. We're gonna get him over onto the bed and we're going to try to do his tricky bits. That just diverts me from putting him on my lap and doing any lap grooming. The bed is like a alternative to lap grooming. Listen for the connotations. That's a classic step away from the vehicle alarm that he's doing right now. I'm going to use the safety clipper for all the tricky bits. This fuzzy fix clipper is fairly safe for the tricky bits as well, but I guess by habit I usually will just put down whatever clipper I'm using and pick up the safety one, just because it's so sensitive in and around these bits under the arm area. Yeah. Okay. Does he even have a happy hoodie on? No. Alright, let's try that. He's starting to escalate. The only backup plan I would have here at my salon for working with a cat who's escalating with irritability at natural temperament is to put him in the Caddyshack back and start using sound therapy or a happy hoodie if it's going to make it better. Can't tell yet whether that's making it better or not. We'll see. All right. Okay, and we're back. Usually only takes about 15 minutes to put a cat in a lion cut, right? When you're dealing with different temperaments that can affect the time. And you know, cat grooming is all about time, right? Apparently. Or that's how it's taught, to groom the cat as fast as you can, right? So if you're working with a cat who has an undesirable temperament, wouldn't that mean it's going to take longer? It does for me. It doesn't for you. You're immune to that? I'm not sure I quite follow the teaching. So if your main premise is that you want the cats groomed as fast as possible, and a pre-treatment would help to block that fight or flight and allow that cat to be groomed at low stress levels where they're not getting triggered, wouldn't that be in line with your teaching? Just trying to make it make sense. Alright, that side's done. Now we have to touch him. Turn around. You may not like that. So let's do it this way. Do it that way. Okay. There. There we go. There we go. Hi, hi. How's everyone doing out there in UBTV land? Get him over a little bit more. There. With the bed, you can kind of roll the body around and open it up a little bit more. You listen to his connotations, he's starting to go higher. The higher the connotation, the more unstable the cat becomes, in case you didn't know. Don't you know? Higher the connotation, the more unstable the cat becomes. The lower the connotation, like a low guttural groan, is your first indication that the cat, in his mind, thinks he's gonna die. Right? Yeah. You're trying to get an extension on this arm, which he's refusing. That's your pure litmus test regarding your cat's stress levels. If you can't get the cat's arm to extend out, because he's so tight and rigid, pulling his arms back in, that is a pure litmus test regarding where your cat's stress levels are, right? So he's your classic level 3 out of 6 miserable cat. How do you get a cat like this to have a spa day? Well, you look into some of the different pre-treatments that are available. None of them are sedatives. None of them are sedatives, right? Back in the good old days, they used to be. It never really did work, right? When it came to cat grooming. But, you know, cat grooming has evolved, people. Things have changed. Things have progressed forward regarding how to offer low-stress cat grooming to a high-stress cat, right? In a way where the cat is not miserable, right? Currently the cat is miserable. So this, you could say, is old school cat grooming. I mean, the cat is just laying here, it's not doing anything, but he's obviously miserable, right? Yeah. Which is why we didn't require that the cat be pre-treated, because he's just sitting here, right? He hasn't gone up to level 4 or 5 or 6 yet. We just rolled his body slightly to access this undercarriage a little bit better. It's an alternative to lap grooming. Alright, buddy. Alright, little buddy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are we there yet? I think so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There. 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 You did it. You did it. Mm-hmm. Alright. Walk it off. Let's try and get him to walk it off so we can kind of see what's happening here. Alright. One of the biggest differences with dog grooming and cat grooming is the dog's going to show you what's happening with the grooming. They're going to stand there and you're going to be able to see 360. With cats, they're all curled up. A little different. So how do you open the cat back up again? You figure it out. Mm-hmm. All right, let's start with the dryer. Well, Mom. Okay, here we go. Why are you on a cat grooming channel and joining a cat grooming channel when we're grooming cats is my question, right? Just asking. Okay. Wow. Alright, let's take a look at this mane. See what's happening. Not happy. Mr. Grumblebutt, who hopefully for his next grooming might get out of level 3, which would be my goal. My goal for every cat client, levels 1, 2. We currently have a bunch of level 3 cats, so we're trying to work with level 3. We've already eliminated level 6, 5, and 4 from our salon. Not by saying, come get your cat. The only way you're going to get that cat groomed is if you go get it sedated and have it sedate groomed somewhere else, right? No, that's not this salon. No, those levels 4, 5, and 6 cats are still coming here, but they're being properly pre-treated by their owner with a requirement of GABA. Levels 3 does not come with a requirement. It comes with a recommendation of the 324 product, right? And you can learn more about that on the Calming Cat Guide, which is in the link themainline.live. Just look for the 324 products. We have the oil and the cookies listed, right? I'm pretty sure the 324 is going to help this little kitty. He might even get to the point where he's no longer in the level 3 category. If the 324 product doesn't work for him, that is when I would say to the owner, if you want your cat to get closer to a spa day and the 324 is not working, then just try the GABA. Because if you have a level 3 cat, you can try either or. You can do the GABA or the 324 product, right? One is from your vet and one is all natural that you just get online. One has been available at your vet's office for 20 years. One has been available online for 6 years, right? Some people want an all-natural alternative. Some want something that's effective. GABA is extremely effective when you use it correctly, right? One of the biggest problems with working with GABA is it comes with a caveat from most groomers, if if it works. Yeah, you could try it if it works, right? Oh no, GABA will work 99.9% of the time. What will not work is how you're doing the pre-treatment, right? So we did an 8-year case study to find out why GABA kept failing. It was back in 2017 when it first surfaced for the use of stress in cats. We knew it worked, we saw that it worked, but it had a very, very high fail rate. One of the main reasons it had such a high fail rate is because every vet across the board was telling you to just give your cat 50 milligrams, regardless of their size, weight, whether it was fight or flight, didn't matter. And so there was a very, very high fail rate, right? So we did this study to find out why it kept failing. And we started getting the answers as to why it kept failing in a very short amount of time. And we continued that study. And what we found was with the 500 cat clients that we put in that study, every one of them reached low stress levels, levels 1, 2, minus 5 cats. There was a failure of 5 cats out of 500. That's a very high success rate, people. And out of those 5 cats, 3 were Siberians. They're a little different, right? Might have had something to do with the breeding, right? So the GABA failed 3 Siberians and 2 cats who had suffered high trauma as kittens, as in getting your paw bitten off by a raccoon and then having to spend a week in a hospital kind of trauma, right, as a kitten. And so 2 kittens who experienced high trauma when they were older as an adult, the GABA did nothing for them. And then the 3 Siberians, right? So anyway, how do you pre-treat with GABA? It's all in the link in the bio, themainlion.live, right? Go to the Calming Cat Guide, and it'll share all that information for you so that you can learn and benefit from an 8-year case study involving 500 cat clients, a working cat grooming salon, and working cat owners and cat parents. It was a collective effort, right? It's not just me randomly saying things off the top of my head, right? Or repeating like a parrot what was told to me. No, here we're going to teach you what we know and what we've shown and what we've studied, right? And we're going to share that with you. We're not going to repeat like a parrot something that was told to us. Everything that we share with you is based on what we know works and has worked here at our salon, right? So, all right, say goodbye to Mr. Grumblebutt. He's not happy, but we're hoping the next time he comes in, his owner is watching, and I encouraged the owner to watch to see where his cat was at. He might think this cat's fine. I personally would like to get every one of my level 3 cats down to levels 1, 2. That's my goal for this year, right? And it has been. It has been an ongoing goal for like several years now to try to eliminate our level 3 cat, right? Hey, Chronic. Thanks for sharing the live. Thank you, Chronic. All right, say goodbye to this grumble butt. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're going to skip the bath because he's so unhappy. And we're gonna put a little, insulated top on him. Let's see what we got. Are you feeling stripes today? Are you feeling stripes? What are you feeling? What are you feeling today? He's like, I don't know. Mountainy? You feel like camping? Yeah, let's do that one. Wow. That's for a little bit of insulation during the winter for our line cut cat clients. We put little insulated tops on them. They don't have a whole lot of meat on them. We'll probably do a double layer because you can put these baby onesies on one on top of another. You can even do like a triple layer if you wanted. They're very lightweight and stretchy. Very effective for insulating your cat. They'll usually feel it for about 2 weeks after their lion cut. You know, that difference in temperature. How do I know that? Because I used to put my Persian, who didn't have a whole lot of meat on him, in a lion cut. And after about 2 weeks, he would take the shirt off himself. He no longer needed it. But for the first 2 weeks after he got his line cut, he needed it. And if I didn't put it on him, he would be curled up or somewhere in some cave somewhere, right? But if I did put it on him, he was out and about and playing. I think I did a double layer with him because he was really skinny. He was a white cat with some immune problems, right? Yeah. So there's a little bit of insulation for him. All right, say goodbye to this grumble butt, and we're gonna go get his sister. Be right back. Little one. Little one, little one. Good boy. You're gorgeous. God, you're gorgeous. Oh, God, you're gorgeous. Gorgeous. Lemon. Cute name, right? Lemon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lemon. Mm-hmm. He's gonna get the full grooming with the bath. Yeah. Wee. Wee. Wow. Lemon. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Lemon. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Lemon. Ba-da-da-da-da. She's like, stop. Alright, sorry. Can't help it. Can't help it. Let's get your nails done first, alright? Mm-hmm. First thing on the agenda. Nails. Nails. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gotta go. Gotta go. See ya. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna reach into the back part of her. And we're not messing around. We have a 0 tolerance for cat bites, a 0 tolerance for fleas, 0 tolerance for high stress cats. What else? 0 tolerance for trolls. When you incorporate that 0 tolerance, you make it stop. It just stops. 0 tolerance for accidents, 0 tolerance for injuries. Once you have that 0 tolerance and you incorporate that, you make it all stop, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mind over matter, right? If there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. Mm-hmm. She's like, stop. So we're gonna go with the happy hoodie. And this instead. Mm-hmm. House always wins. We're playing a game of poker. House always wins. Mm-hmm. Wow. There. Take that off. I don't think she really appreciates that. We're gonna do the reverse line on Lemon. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, in my tummy. Mm-hmm. They're done. She's starting to complain already. She's done. She's leaving. It's over. It's not happening. Mm-hmm. She was my BFF at the beginning of the grooming, right? You saw her, right? Yeah. Some cats will do that. They'll be your BFF so that you don't do so they'll get what they want. And the minute you don't give in to what they want, then they'll start acting up. Yeah. So we'll turn on some sound just to get her through her grooming. Alright, hopefully that works. Other side, why are you subscribing to a cat grooming channel and complaining about the cat being groomed, right? That's my question. The line cut is one of the most popular haircuts for cats. Scruff, so we're going to use the bed. She can't see. Better? She's like a little bit. Alright. Alright, ready, steady, here we go. Wham. Wham. Cat grooming? There's no walking in cat grooming? She's like, I'm leaving. Why? See if we can get her comfortable. Why? No? Not possible? No. Alright. She's like, no. Alright. Why are you joining a cat grooming channel and complaining about cats who are being groomed, right? That's my question. Just asking for a friend, right? Alright. Alright. Lap grooming, activate. Lap grooming has been activated. Waka waka. Yeah. ideal grooming, you all have a fucking meltdown. Yet what we're trying to do is show the owners how the cat is being groomed, how they react to it, whether the cat needs a pre-treatment, and we're trying to progress the grooming forward so that the cat can have a perfect spa day here in our salon. But yet you want it to all be perfect, hand it to you on a silver platter, right? If that's what you're looking for, why don't you go jump over to Instagram? Yeah, they're really good at putting fakery and veneers on it, everything. Everything's fake there. It's all make-believe. Just go to make-believe world over in Insta, right? But when you go into a make-believe world, nothing changes. Nobody learns anything. Nothing ever gets better. Nothing ever progresses forward, right? It takes a cat like this, who's not having a perfect grooming, they have to start somewhere, right? So the first step is to get the owners to watch. The second step is to determine whether the cat needs a pre-treatment. The third step is to determine whether it just needs a technique, right? And what is the one technique that might work for her? Black grooming. But yet you all want to open your mouths and jump the gun. We're trying to get her to the point where she can have a low stress grooming. 75% of the time it will be with techniques, right? There's over 100 to choose from, right? You're not going to get through all 100 of those on the first groom, right? She's only been groomed here once before. So we're still going through all of the different techniques to see whether there's one that's going to be perfect for her. And if we can't find it, we'll allow the owner to decide whether she wants to work with maybe one of the old natural 3 to 4 pre-treatments, which will certainly help give her a better spa day. And it would get all of you bitches to shut the fuck up, right? See how that works? And yes, you are bitches, because my algorithm tells me you are. 80% of you are women, aka people who need everything perfect, right? Yeah. Well, good luck with that. Alright, up you go. There. 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 Do we need the sound? Probably not. So let's turn that off. There. Alright, water's getting warm. We're going to reach for our warm wash. Get the bubbles going. Whee! Good buddy. Alright. Smile for mommy. Smile for mommy. Alright, she might be a little sound sensitive. Let's turn that off. Little pink paw cow. She's a little greasy up around here. So let's take care of that. Good girl. Her name is Lemon. She really is a sweet little girl. She just knows what she likes and what she doesn't like, right? Right, Lemon? Like, yeah. Alright, and turn that off. Oh, let that process. And then while that's processing, we're going to wash the rest of her. Right? There. There we go. Now we haven't finished her entire lion cut, but I just figured, let's just get her in the tub. Sometimes the bath will help to calm the cat and relax them a little bit. Yeah. And allow for a much better grooming after the bath. So, not all the time, but sometimes. Yeah. Do you not want the happy hoodie on? There, I'll take it off. Does that make it better? She's like, no, not really. You just think I'm a stupid human and I don't understand what you're trying to tell me? I understand. I understand, little buddy. I understand. Good girl. We ready for your face? She's like, yeah. Alright, let's see if the water's about warm enough. Yep. Rinse out that degreaser. That was her first little beauty treatment, right? And that'll help to eliminate a lot of that extra oily buildup that's happening all around her head and mane, right? Good girl. She doesn't seem to mind the bath too much. Okay? So sometimes if the cat is getting difficult, it's being difficult for the cat, you just redirect. Just go to something else. Right? And then circle back. Circling back is a technique I use all the time with cat grooming. Yeah. And then sometimes, this is what I get a kick out of. They may say no to one technique, so you introduce 2 or 3 other ones, which they don't like either. And then when you circle back to the original one you introduced, you know, the one that has the highest yield, the one that has the highest yield, and then you circle back and do the first one that you originally did, and they're like, it's not so bad. And it's not so bad because they didn't like the technique number 2, 3, or 4 that you introduced and prefer the technique 1 that you tried first, right? And so when you circle back and reintroduce the first technique that you used, and then at that point they're like, it's fine. Yeah. So there's a little psychology involved when you're grooming cats as well. Yeah. A little bit. Just a little bit. It's like playing a game of poker. It's the only way I can explain it. Yep. And what happens in poker? When you go play poker at a casino, what happens? The house always wins. Every once in a while you'll win. But house always wins. Overall. She's like, this ain't so bad, Mommy. Nope. Not bad at all. What I'll probably do is just dry her back in that Caddyshack back so she's used to that sound. That's going to help keep her from escalating when we try to finish her. Right? Or maybe I'll just put her in the little dryer box. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. You got this. You got this. You did it. And we got someone at the door. Yay. Let's try and wrap a towel around her. No. No walking, mountain climbing, rock climbing, jumping, running. None of that is allowed in the pool. Alright. Wrap her up. Wrap her up. Just like I did it, Ma. Alright, we gotta wrap her up because we had someone at the door. Right this way. 3. 2, 1. I did it. I did it, Ma. I did it. That's lemon. Right this way. Right this way. Mm-hmm. Alright, so what we're going to do is do a close-up, turn the sound off so we can go answer the door, and we'll be right back. Sorry, these checkouts are a little bit longer, especially when we're trying to encourage the owners to work with a pre-treatment called 324, which is what we're trying to do with all of our level 3 cats who come here who are just kind of stuck in a perpetual cycle of misery. Their stress levels are not high enough to be required to be on GABA, but their stress levels are not low enough to be considered having a spa day. So the level 3 cat is kind of caught in purgatory, and they're just miserable all the time, every time, right? So the 324 product is specifically for that level 3 cat, right? Here you go. Lemon, 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 lemon. You beautiful creature. Yes, you are. You beautiful creature. Keep going. Good girl. Good girl. Waka 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 waka. Waka 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 waka. Good girl. She's a really, really sweet cat. She's just a little squirmy. Little squirmy. You ready to go in your dryer box? A little bit of downtime? Alright, let's do that. Put you back in. Good girl. Alright, let's try it. See if this is the cat drying option for you. Let's see. What do you think? Is it scary? Is it scary? She said just a little bit. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Waka, 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 waka. Alright, she's processing a little bit better. When I first put her in there, she was doing the death rattle. Or the death moan. Oh, there we go. We can fit a chew through one of the windows. See if that's going to help change her mind about things. What do you think? Do you know what this is? Some cats can recognize the chew right away. Here we go. Here you go. It's chicken. It's chicken. Awesome. She found it. She found it. She's like, that tastes good. There's more. She's like, no, I'm watching my figure. That's it? That's all you're going to take? She's like, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. She just had a few licks like a little lady. Right. While she's in there, let's pick out a little top for her. Give her a little bit of insulation. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Yes? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take that one. The beauty about these baby onesies is they'll stretch 5 times the size. I don't want to stretch it out, but you know what I mean. You can literally stretch it out. So the way you fit a baby onesie on a cat is almost like how you would put a bathing suit on yourself. There's no extra flapping, right? Holy heck. You want that baby onesie to fit like that. You don't want any loose flapping when you're trying to work with clothes to help insulate the cat. You want it to fit nice and snug, right? Even though it's loose and it'll stretch with the cat, you just don't want it to be flopping around on your cat if you truly want to use these tops to help insulate your cat, right? So, and if you want extra insulation, let's say your cat is a little skinny or bony or older, just put a double. You can even do a triple, right? Alright. Alrighty. Alright, we had the comments section off for a little bit, just so that we could hear ourselves think, but we just put it back on again. Sometimes we have to regulate the comment section on this app, especially after school, when the kids are out of school, right? You'll notice a marked difference in what goes on in the comment section when school is out, right? Yeah. Say lovey. Say lovey. I'm gonna give her a few minutes in there, and then we'll take her out. Hopefully she's gonna start to relax. That bath and drying helps to calm a lot of cats, not all of them, but a lot of them. And so I'm hoping, because I didn't finish her groom, I stopped and decided to go straight into the bath, hoping that after her bath and her dry, it's going to calm her down just enough to get that last part of her grooming done in a way where she's at low stress levels, right? So that's how I navigate every cat grooming, is to figure out how to get that cat groomed at the lowest stress levels possible, right? So every decision I make is going to be based on that. We're not just systematically plowing through every cat grooming and grooming them regardless of how they feel about it. We're actually going to create a navigational grooming chart. Okay. Right. Capiche, capiche. I'm just going to assume that I'm going to finish her here on the grooming table. So I'll bring my clippers back out here. We're just cleaning the teeth. When you're doing that final finish on the line, you want to make sure those teeth are nice and clean. Otherwise, it's just not going to cut correctly. And, or you can get one of these air guns that you use on your computer, so you can do it that way. Either or. There. Okay. I'll probably use left grooming. We got one whole side and one whole leg left to do on her. So we'll figure it out. Oh, solo mio, oh my own. Right this way. We're just kidding. There we go. Alright, so for her cat carrier, we're going to get this little pea pod. Just fold it in half. It's going to fit perfectly into that. And then we got the fellaway as the cat's coming, and we'll use the fellaway as the cat's leaving, as they're coming and as they're going, right? There we go. No more screen. Not sure why. Alrighty then. There. Alright. Alright, I've lost the screen. I don't know where it went.